no friend to me. Wage a war, wage a war, wage a war, wage a war against mediocrity. It ain't no friend to me. Wage a war, wage a war, wage a war, wage a war against mediocrity. It ain't no friend to me. Wage a war, wage a war, wage a war, wage a war against mediocrity. It ain't no friend to me.
What's up out there, friends and family? It's your boy, the motivational teacher to the masses, coming again with another edition of Motivational Monday. We're waging war on mediocrity. It ain't no friend of me, and you better believe that it's not a friend of you. Welcome to this Tuesday edition of Motivational Monday, and I got my I'm Breaking Bread shirt, and y'all know when the motivational teacher come with this one, it's a bread-breaking moment. Good afternoon, Vaniqua. Thank you for joining us. If you all would, for all my replayers, give me about a minute as I share this out to my social media platforms and outlets. And if you would do the same, it would be so greatly appreciated as we send these positive vibes through all of the airways. And y'all know how we say it. If they can't grow with you, they can't go with you. So don't take this journey alone when you got friends that you could take with you. If you would give me, for all my replayers out there, give me a few seconds as I share this out to all my social media outlets. Y'all are so phenomenal. Let's get it. That's what I'm talking about, Vanika. We're about to get after it. How's you all's week starting out there? Let me know how y'all's week is going out there as I share this to all my outlets. Let me know how your week is going out there. You out to a fast start? I'm sharing this out right now. Hope y'all are having a wonderful start to your week. Hope everything's going as planned for you and your fam. I know y'all had a great day of rest yesterday, of whatever you chose to do with that day. Hope you enjoyed it. One more place, you all. One more place. One more place. Then we're going to be ready to break this bread. Episode 161 of Awaken Your I Am. That's the one I was looking for. All right, y'all. Give me about 35 more seconds. I'm sharing this out right now. I got to make sure that I invite my top 5. If you would, please invite your top 5. And together we'll get this thing up to 40, 50 eyes so we can break this bread so people's lives can be changed for the better. That's the goal. That's what we're going for right here. Changing lives for the better. And if you all would be a personal change. Hey, Angelique, thanks for joining us. Be a change agent out there. There's too many average-minded people that just speaking average-minded things and sharing average-minded information. For us, man, we need to be transforming this world day by day. And part of what we do could be right here. Episode 161 of Awaken Your I Am. Tonight, I want to follow this same conversation that we've been having on Bridging the Nations. We've been talking about greater is calling you. Look like my all right, my internet. Let's act right now. Let's act right tonight, internet. The weather's bad out here. So y'all let me know if I'm lagging or if I'm not coming through clear. Let me know. The weather's pretty bad out there, but I believe this will go across these airways just the way it's supposed to. Greater is calling you. And this is a continuation from Bridging the Nations where we were talking about that because our big brother goes to the Father, greater works shall we do. I know it's raining and weather's bad out there, but I'm believing that we're going to break this bread tonight. That greater works shall we do. And I want us to lean into the greater works. I want us, it's too many of us that think so small about our gift, that think so natural-minded about our gifts, that we're not beginning to lean into greater works. One thing I do know about life, one thing I do know about this our revolutions around this earth in this dirt suit, that we're going to have situations, times, and opportunities where sometimes we're not going to look the part, we're not going to feel the part, we're not going to think we can make the part. But motivational teacher, I'm challenging you that even in those moments, believe that greater is calling you. I want us to play from the disposition that greatness resides on the inside of me. Tonight, I'm coming for your humanity because what I do know is that there's a part of us that looks identical because Jesus went away to the Father. There's a part of us that looks identical because he is in me and I in him. Whatever you ask in my name, it shall be done. That's a part of us. And I'm talking to the airwaves, y'all better act right now. Y'all better act right now, airwaves. This internet connection, this rain, this storm, whatever it is, it must go over and let these words flow freely tonight in this place. So there is a part of us. There is a part of us. I'm going to break bread tonight. There's a part of us sometimes that rejects the greatness that's been called and placed on our lives. He said, greater works shall we do, but there's a piece of us that rejects the greater works. Why, motivational teacher? Because there's a piece of us know that the work that is going to be required in order to see the greater, we know that there's a sacrifice, there's a commitment, there's a level of discipline that precedes the greater. And so many disqualify themselves from the greater before they ever step foot on the football field or before they ever step on the court. They've already disqualified themselves from the greater works because they've decided that I'm not willing to make the sacrifices. They've decided that I'm not worth the sacrifice for my goals and my dreams. They've decided that all I am, motivational teacher, is a filthy rag. They've decided that my lot in life is not that of one who can possess greater. They've already made the decisions before they ever put one foot on the court. Before they step one foot on the playing field of greatness, they've already disqualified themselves from the race because of what they think about themselves. The great I am who awakens your I am. If he said you should do greater, why don't we lean in? I like that. Why don't we lean into the disposition that I am greater than even what I know? If he already said it, I'm breaking bread, y'all. If he already said it, why don't we lean into the disposition? Is that I'm greater right now. I can say right now, being out of orientation, I'm in. That's what I'm talking about. Play from the position that I am greater. If we start playing from the position or making decisions from, I like that cue, from high self-esteem. Oh my God, that's a new word, high self-esteem. People talk about low self-esteem too much. I'm saying we're playing from this position of high self-esteem that greater is calling me. And when I make decisions and when I play and when I'm speaking about myself, I make it from the disposition of what he said about me. Greater works shall I do. Why would I fight what he said about me? Why would I fight? Why would I be my own worst enemy when he said greater shall I do? Why would I come out and tell myself, oh no, that's too great? Why would I sit here and create this internal battle on the inside of me? Because I like what Vanico just said, because we're too scared to face it alone. But this is why I was called to do. So I'm already equipped for the purpose. You were equipped when you were born. You had everything you needed for the journey. When that doctor slapped you on the behind and you said, why? You had all the necessary tools and capabilities on the inside of you to fulfill the greater. But the world told us, you're average. The world told us you're a statistic. The world told us that your SAT, ACT scores define who you are. The world told us that your bank account define who you are. And we began to play from the disposition of that of a person who, you hear people say this, I'm not born with a silver spoon in my mouth. And we began to play from the disposition that greatness doesn't belong to me because I wasn't born like that person who got greatness over there. I didn't have the resources they had. So we are playing from a disposition of that of a person who planned on losing the game. We're making excuses about why we lost before we ever touched the field. Before we've ever played the game, before I ever qualified myself or disqualified myself from greatness, I've already made the decision and I've given myself an out, or some people say an excuse as to why I can't accomplish the goal. Angelique, the artist, just said, we are all made whole by the Creator, the great I am who awakens your I am. Baby, you are more than enough for the vision. You are more than enough for the dream. You are more than enough. You be more than able to go over there and conquer the land. Where my Caleb's at out there? Where my Joshua's at out there? I am more than able to go and conquer the land, but I got to play from a disposition of that I'm well able. See, they sent 12 spies over there, and but 10 spies came back. Oh, man. I see men that look like giants. Oh, we can't overtake them. They got too much. They too strong. They're too big. They're too smart. Oh, it's way too much over there. I'm not enough. We came from the descendants of slaves. We're not good enough to go over there and take that land. It's the land flowing with milk and honey. We're not supposed to have anything like that. 10 spies came back with that report. I want you to go spy out the land. And before they ever made it back, they were already, oh my God, that's a bread-breaking moment. They were already defeated. And you know what their own mindset led to? Their own demise, and they did not get to see the promised land. You know who made it? The two that looked over there and said, man, we be more than capable. We're well able. I love that, Charlotte. We're well able to go over there and take the land. And you know who made it? It was the two, what Q said. It wasn't the two, it wasn't the 10 that had the low self-esteem. It was the two that saw themselves how the great I am sees them. I and my Father are one. If he's in me and I in him, whatever so I ask in his name, will he do? I'm breaking bread, Angelique. Thank you. We've been playing ourselves so small on this earth that we can't even reap the benefits that was given to us before the foundation of the earth, because I want to fit in. I want to feel comfortable. I'm telling you right now, you got to be bold. Oh my God, that's the word for 2022. You got to be bold in your decision making. You got to be bold in your beliefs. You got to draw a line in the sand and say, I ain't going back to the other side. Debt, lack, and unbelief is, I ain't going back. I may have moments where I'm tempted, but I ain't going back to debt, lack, and unbelief. I'm not going back to where I have to continue to see myself as a small imp when I'm a giant in this land. The earth has he given to the children of men. Why wouldn't I walking around like I own this thing? Oh my God, that's a bread-breaking moment. This is my inheritance. Why am I not walking around like it belongs to me? I create. You better check yourself before you wreck yourself. You create. You better check yourself. You sit here and listen to these folks. These folks gonna tell you how average they believe you are. You know what average-minded people tell average-minded people? They average. Average-minded people tell other people that they're average as well, because average loves company. You know, you heard misery loves company. I'm changing it. Average loves company. And so if you're always around these average-minded people, you're going to make average-minded decisions, and you're going to look over in the promised land and say, man, we can't do it. I'm supposed to have this business. I can't do it. Greater is calling me. 10 of the 12 said, nah, we ain't able. We children of slaves. We ain't never supposed to have anything like that. The best we ever had was manna. And I'm trying to find where manna gonna come back down again. Let me tell you something. Let me break bread right now, man. I ain't got a note. I ain't got anything I want to talk about yet. But I feel like I'm talking what somebody need to hear. Let me tell you what I know about the great I am who awakens our I am. If you are stuck in yesterday and you're looking for God to move the same way he did back then today, you're gonna miss the truth. If you're looking to win the same battle, I told y'all know my story, man. In the 4th grade, I had 2 pair of pants. I had a pair of gold sweatpants and a pair of acid wash blue jeans that I think we washed so much they became acid wash. In the 4th grade, I had 2 pair of pants. I was the butt of every joke. I was insecure about who I was and what I had, and it was all rooted in what people said around me, and that dictated my mood. That dictated how I felt about myself. It dictated how I reacted to people around me. All of those things grew up on the inside of me. It wasn't until I found out that I had a choice in this matter That because they saw me like that didn't mean that how I had to see myself. My dad was in and out of prison my whole life. My uncles, nobody on my dad's side, no male on my dad's side had a high school diploma. They labeled me a statistic before I had a chance to even enter high school. They had already made my fate. They had already told me who I was and how I was supposed to relate to the world and how the world was supposed to relate to me. You know that they looked over at my life and they said, 10 of them said he ain't well able. They looked at me and they said, no. He ain't gonna make it. He ain't gonna make it. Just like they did the land, I'm telling you what I know. Average people create more average people. Average mindset create more average minded not mindsets. I'm telling you, when you begin to adopt that mindset of what they say about me is true, but what I believe about me is true. I'm telling you all, the great I am who awakens my I am. We started having one victory after another. We had some setbacks along the way. We had some setbacks along the way, but you know what we did? We kept fighting. I took the faith of a mustard seed. I wasn't sure. And to be 1,000% completely honest, I'm still not 100% sure today. All I know is whatever's on the other side, I am more than able to overcome it, to conquer it. I am more than able. That should be somebody get in the chat box. I am more than able. That should be our confession for the next 60 days. I am more than able. Motivational teacher, what do you mean? Anything that you encounter on this journey, look over and say, I am more than able. A negative diagnosis at the doctor, not me. I am more than able. The great I am who awake. Let me say it this way. Because the Father is in me. Whatever I ask in his name, will he do? So I am more. Come on, man. Somebody get in that chat box. I am more than able. I look at my bank account. It don't say what I wanted to say. I barely can eat tomorrow. But I look at it and I prophesy. I say, no, baby. I look over and I say, I am more than able. Come on, man. Y'all better holler at your boy tonight. There's some people out there know that you are more. I know it doesn't look ideal in your life right now, but I need for you to speak over yourself. I am more than able. And y'all, some people say, well, motivational teacher, you should be saying God is able. Come on, man. I'm about to get some revelation. I'm gonna get on some notes and say on some point tonight. I'm gonna get on some notes. I'm about to get some revelation right here. Motivational teacher, why we shouldn't be taking that credit and say I'm more than able. We shouldn't be taking that credit and saying that, and because we're taking credit away from God. Let me break truth. I am meant for greater. Come on, Angelique. Let me break truth. There is no lack of confidence in the person that said, let there be light, spoke to nothing, and created something. There's no lack of confidence after this dude been dead 3 days and got back up again and said, now all power have been given unto me. There is no lack of confidence when we see how beautiful right now we're in the season where the leaves are starting to fall and they're starting to change. Like there is no lack of confidence for somebody who arrayed the earth in all its beauty. You can look at the earth and know that there's a God somewhere. How many of y'all remember that from what's the name of the movie? With Eddie Murphy? There's a God somewhere. How many of y'all remember that? We can look at the earth and know that there's a God. There's not a lack of belief in what God can do. Oh my God. There's no shortage of belief. When we go out there and we look across the earth and we see all the changing colors right now. We see the water recedes and it comes to the shore and it recedes back. We see right now that the earth is starting to cool back down to give some parts of the earth rest. I'm telling you right now, we know that there's a God somewhere, but my question is, do I believe that same God lives and works through me? Do I believe that he is as intentional about me and my life as he was about when he created the earth? I'm about to break revelation. I'm about to break bread tonight. I'm giving revelation. And there's no lack of belief in what God can do. We see it every moment, every day. The challenge is, can he do it through me? That's a bread breaking moment right there. And that's why the more and more we start looking over and we start making the confession, I am more than able, the more of the good fruit we'll start seeing in our lives, man. Because you know, when we pray or when we meditate, when we make confessions, man, is it really about God, or is it God trying to get us in the right mindset, the right frame, so we can receive? Trust me, man. Like, I'm not coming against religion. I'm not coming against praying. I'm not coming against all meditation. I'm not coming against any of those things. But do you really think that God, who created the heavens and the earth, is so narcissistic that he needs you just to praise him? Like, I'm a good father to my kids. I don't need my kids to come and tell me how great of a father I am. It's a good thing if they do, as Shed says, I'm appreciative, but it doesn't change how I am as a father, because that's who I am. Doesn't change how I relate to my kids. I'm not going to withhold any good thing from my kid that they're prepared for and can handle today. And so when we do those things, it's less about adoration and all these characteristics that we believe about God. It's more about God getting you in the right mindset so you can receive. You cannot receive. I'm telling you, you cannot receive from God when there's hate and all on your heart. You cannot receive when there's negativity. You cannot receive when you're going through droughts of your life where there's no connectivity to the great I am. You're not in a position to receive in all these things by prayer and supplication. Why? Because you got to be in the right mindset in order to receive. Oh, I don't do this because, it's not part of. Listen, man, I'm not here to talk about no religion. I'm not here to talk about none of that stuff. I'm here just saying that if you're looking to receive, there is a mindset. There's a place where you have to be mentally in your life in order to receive the good stuff. You don't get the good stuff when none of your life, when your values don't line up with the value. We talked about that about 2 months ago. When your values don't line up with the value, you're not in a position to receive. And the reason why praise and worship, the reason why I said pray without ceasing, the reason why the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want, or our Father, this is how you pray. The reason why for all of those different examples is to get you in a posture so you can receive. I promise you, if your posture is closed hands, you'll never receive you'll never become the highest version of yourself in order to attract the highest version of you. You'll never be able to get there because that's not the posture of receiving. It's not, come on, man. Thank you, John. It's not the posture to receive. Until you're in a posture to receive, as long as you look over the land and say, man, we ain't able, you don't have the posture to receive. And as long as you believe you're not able, no matter what God has gifted you with from the foundation of the earth, you'll never receive it because you're not in the correct posture to receive it. That's a bread breaking moment right there. That is a bread breaking moment right there. Thank you, Angelique. That is a bread breaking moment right there. The reason why meditation, the reason why prayer, the reason why relationship is warranted with the great I am is to get you in a posture so he can awaken your I am. Oh my God. The great I am is never trying to take from you. He's always trying to give you he's always trying to get you in a posture to be able to receive. Man, that's a bread breaking moment. We got to change. We got to change how we're viewing this relationship. We got to change how I'm viewing my life. Oh my God, it's a bread. And I get why it's raining. I can hear the thunder right now. I know why I'm looking, the bars keep fluctuating, because these are moments and times like these are life changing. It's words like this that people hear, and the great I am is speaking to you beneath what I'm saying that causes and sparks change in your life forever. I'm telling you right now, we have to move. I love it. You know, a lot of times when babies are getting ready to be birthed, they have to move to the birthing canal. They have to squiggle, fight, push, turn, twist. You feel all that movement right before the contractions start because they have to enter into the birth canal. And no matter how hard mom push, there's no baby coming out if it hasn't reached the posture of the correct posture to the birthing canal. And I'm telling you, the great I am is only trying to get us to the place. Oh my God, that's a bread breaking moment. He's only trying to get us to get us to the posture of the birth canal so he can, God, that's a bread breaking moment. So he can push. But until we're at the point to where we're at the right place at the right time with the right information, we're never going to get the push that we need. I'm talking about supernatural. I love that when babies come through that birthing canal, they do nothing to come out. It's the work of the mom to push the baby out. All the baby has to do is be in alignment or in harmony with the mother's body in order to show up to this earth. That baby's not grabbing and pushing and swimming its way out. No, it got in a place to where it could be I love this word, in harmony with the mom in order for the mom to do the work to produce the baby. And the baby is, come on, man. Oh my God, that's a bread breaking moment. That's a bread breaking moment. If you ask the baby to push, the baby would die in the womb. He never meant for you to push yourself out the womb. It only meant for you to have the right posture with what you have. Oh my God. You thinking you got to manifest greater. I'm telling you, you don't manifest greater. You get in the right posture and he manifests greatness through you. He's not telling you to push. He's saying, get in alignment, come into harmony with my body. Oh my God, that's even better. Come into harmony with my body and I'm going to push you out. That's why it's supernatural. Your natural work is to get in alignment. So many of us are out of that. Oh my God, we wonder why the divorce rate is so high in America. It's because there's no harmony with me. So if my mind, my body, my soul are not in, how in the world can I be in harmony with a whole woman when I'm not? There's discourse in my members, and I'm supposed to take my schizophrenic mind, my schizophrenic thinking. Today I'm in faith, tomorrow I'm in fear, and find me some other time. I might cuss you out. The day you see me, I might bless you. There's no alignment with me, and you're telling me I'm supposed to align with another human. And we wonder why the divorce rate is so high in America. Because there's no harmony with me. I cannot be in harmony with somebody else. Oh my God, that's a bread breaking moment. And then now you're telling me, motivational teacher, that I need to be in alignment with the great I am. I'm not in alignment with me. And I don't think I can do it. Well, guess what? You will die in the birthing canal. If you make it to the birthing canal. You won't make it to the birthing canal. You'll die and you'll be stillborn. You'll be stillborn, all because there's no alignment. Today I'm in faith. Tomorrow I cuss you out. The next day I might bless you. The day after that I might slap you. The next day after that I might leave work 2 hours early and clock in and say I was there on time. The next day after that I'll sit over there, I'll straight lie, steal, and cheat to get where I want to go. There is no alignment with your life, and you, oh God, Father in heaven, I want this and I'm believing for this, but there is no alignment with your life. You are double-minded and unstable in all your ways, and you're saying, God, bless me. He said, nope, I can't, because you're not in alignment. I can't. You land on time to come out the birthing canal, and our body is sideways, and we're saying, God, why haven't I seen it yet? Because you're not in the right position. There's no alignment. There's no harmony. You got to work with them. Oh my God, that's a bread breaking moment. You got to work with, as the baby has to work with the mother's body, you have to be the same way and work with with the great I am to awaken your I am. You got to work with him. Hey, it's a yin and yang. It's a cause and effect. It's just going to happen one day. No. It's not going to happen one day. There's a level of harmony that has to take place that very few find. That's why this path is narrow, because very few people find this way. Why, motivational teacher? Because there is no harmony with themselves. So, oh my God, I'm going to say this. And this is going to sound really bad. It's going to sound really bad. Why is the suicide rate? Why is the drug use, the alcoholism? Why did Miles Monroe said why most people take their potential back to the graves? Why are there so many divorces? Why is crime rate so high? Because there's no alignment. Where there is no alignment, the people perish. Where there is no alignment, the people perish. We have to align ourselves properly at the birthing canal for him to do the work. I got one job, and it's harmony with the great I am who awakens my I am. Hey, I like that cue. He impregnated Mary, but she had the baby. Come on, bro. She had the baby. He gave her the seed. You got to work together. There's no other way around it. At least the first thing I can do is look over and say, man, I'll be able. Whether I believe it or whether I don't, whether I think I can or whether I think I can't, I'm going to look over there and say, I'll be well able. And I'm going to say it so many times to at some point, I'm going to try to believe it. I'll be more than able. Somebody need to get in the chat box and say it again. I'll be more than able. It's alignment. It's alignment. Now, motivational teacher, I hear you talking about this alignment. I hear you talking about working with the great I am who awakens our I am. You're talking about why he needs for me to have positive thoughts, and I need to stay in conversation and constant prayer, need to be a constant communication with the great I am. I see that, motivational teacher. How do I get there? How do I get that, motivational teacher? I've been like, I know that there's something more to me than what I know that's here today. But motivational teacher, I know that I feel that I'm loading, but how do I get there? I'm glad you all asked that question, because for the next 15, 20 minutes, we're about to have this conversation about how do I take what I have, or how do I align what I have in the birthing canal so the supernatural can happen. And we all want that baby to come out. And see, that baby does not work, does not come into, is not birthed. Let me use that word. That baby is not birthed without harmony, motivational teacher. How do I know harmony? Let me break bread. He that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much. He that is faithful in that which is least is faithful in much. Motivational teacher, how do I work with him? And I had this discourse yesterday on Bridging the Nations, and I went back and I listened to it 3 times today. And I wanted to be able to tie these two together. I want to mesh these two together. And for the eyes that are out there, man, you about to be blessed. You're about to be blessed. I wanted to tie this together, motivational teacher. I know you said greater works shall I do. I know you said greater is coming. You all said that greater is calling me. Motivational teacher, how do I get there? He that is faithful with least is faithful with much. See, I think sometimes we forget how the kingdom works. He that is faithful with least is faithful with much. You're looking at your life as it's incomplete. You're looking at your life as if you're not what you're supposed to attain. You're looking at your life, and some of us are even disappointed that I didn't do what I was supposed to. And I'm telling you, shake all that condemnation off, because it's affecting you being faithful with what you have. I love the fact that when God saw Moses, he said, Moses, what do you have in your hand? He had a staff. God used thing that he had in his hand to deliver to people. Right now, you got something in your hand, but right now it's in seed form and you don't know what to do with it. I'm telling you, he that is faithful with least is ruler over many. You got to start taking what you have and you got to start using it. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Don't wait till everything is all right in order to start using what you got, because this is how I show my alignment, that when I don't have enough, I'm still willing to give it to you. When I think what I have is insufficient, it might just be sufficient for the great I am and his cause and his use. He that is faithful over least. You look at your life right now as a set of conditions. The great I am is looking at your life saying, man, how can we work this thing? He's looking at your life and looking at what you do have. You're sitting back looking at your life, complaining about what you don't have. It is not the things that what you don't have that keeps you from alignment. It's you not managing what you do have in your hand today that disqualifies me for greater tomorrow. We all want greater, but greater starts with the least. In order to be the greatest, you got to be the least. Oh my God, who's the greatest among you? The one that serves the most. In order to be great, you got to learn. In order to be great, we have to manage what we have today. Because the great I am, I love that notepad, because the great I am is looking at your less as greater. Oh my God, that's a bread breaking moment. That's a bread breaking moment. You got to know, to the great I am, that there's no such thing as time and space. He's looking at it from the beginning to the end, all in one glance. And we're sitting in the middle thinking that what I have isn't sufficient. And what he sees is a millionaire. What he sees is somebody that solved the problem with homelessness in America. What he sees is somebody that's going to break the curse of fatherlessness in his whole life and generation to come. What he sees is somebody that's more than a conqueror. What he sees is someone that is capable of doing greater. And we're sitting back looking at what we don't have and saying it's stopping us from getting there. He's looking at what you do have. Oh, you be well equipped. He said you're well equipped. He's looking at what you do have. Like, put what you got in the ground and watch me work, baby. Put what you have in the ground. Yeah, speak the right words over it. Have the right confessions on it. Believe in what you put in the ground and watch me work. Get yourself to the birthing canal so I can work. Oh my God, I got to be in alignment with what I have. I got to be in alignment with what I have. It ain't enough, motivational teacher. That's exactly what it's what you have right now in your hands is more than enough, because when the great I am is looking, he's looking from the position that what you have is great. You're looking at it because it ain't what Miss Jones got across the street. It must not be enough. You're looking at it because you ain't got the corner office you ain't got the corner suite in the office. You're looking at it because you don't have the title or the position, and you saying that what you have is not enough. And the great I am is looking and saying, no. That you're more than able. You're more than. He's looking at what you have in your hand, and he's saying, just give it, just put it in the ground. Just put it in the ground and watch me work. We're walking around with our destiny in our pockets. It can't do you any good in your pockets. A seed only works when it's sown, when it's sown. Oh my God, that's a bread breaking moment. You're looking at what you have as least. He that faithful over little, ruler over much. You're looking at what you have as little. And what the great I am, what he's looking at, what you have is massive. You're faithful with this little. I mean, you also be faithful in much. Oh my God, that's a bread breaking moment. That is a bread. I'm going to let that breathe. I'm going to let that breathe right there. I'm going to let that breathe. Think about that right there. What you got right now in your hand is enough to start what you need in order to bring forth your greater works. It might not start out as greater when you're using it today, but I guarantee you use it long enough and it will become great. It will become great. Greatness doesn't happen overnight. Greatness is not something that takes place over a month. Greatness is not something that's going to take place maybe over 2 years. I call it stacking. I call it stacking. Greatness is only manifested when we do small behaviors again and again and again and again, and enough of those behaviors compile to equal greatness. Greatness doesn't happen in a day. We believe in compound interest as it relates to money, but we got to start believing in compound interest as it relates to my own personal growth and development. What I have in my hand right now might not be an oak tree, but I can tell you what, this acorn has everything that an oak tree needs to become. All wrapped up into this small little acorn. This big oak tree is wrapped. Small little acorn. Everything that the oak tree will become is in this acorn, baby. But you got to build. I love it. Build, baby, build. You got to be willing to take what I have and sow it. Man, I'm telling you all, as we're going through this journey, I'm learning so much. I'm learning to be faithful with the small stuff. I'm learning that the standard that I accept in my life for the small things is the standard that I'm going to accept in my life for the big things. I love it. He said, and he that is unjust in the least will also be unjust in the much. You're looking at it like what I have ain't enough to make change. He's looking at it and saying, what you got is more than enough. It's your seed. He said, therefore, if you ain't been faithful with unrighteous mammon, why would I commit to you true riches? If you ain't been faithful with the you got in your hand right now, why would I commit the big stuff to somebody who doesn't value the small stuff? If you don't understand the process of running a daycare of 7 kids, why would I commit 77 kids to you? If you don't understand how to manage $700, why would I commit $70,000 to you? If you don't understand right now how important it is that you work in excellence at the role and level you are today, why would I have you promoted 2 or 3 times when you're not in alignment in the birthing canal? It's called suicide. It's called giving those things to us too early causes suicide. You give a 9mm to a kid loaded, and I guarantee you something will not go well with that whole process. You know why? Because they got it not in alignment with the birthing canal. They had supernatural power way too early. And it caused, I'm going to say this. The great I am is not producing spoiled brats. People who have a sense of entitlement. Think they more than what they ought be. See what the work does. The work teaches us to be humble. The work teaches us that it's not necessarily me and not necessarily me doing it, but it's the great I am working through my awaken I am, because I've seen too many days of where I missed it to know that it was just me that got it done, because I had too many bad days in this process. I had days that I want to quit. I had days that I didn't want to see it through. I had days that I've been tempted to walk off. I had days when I've been tempted to give up motivational speaking. I had days when I was doing motivational speaking and I just got laid off myself. I've had days when I did speaking engagement and didn't know how I was going to have gas to get back home, but I had to keep going because what I have is just the right amount. And he don't see me managing just a little bit I have. He see me managing the masses. Motivate. I show up with 4 eyes, 44 eyes, 44,000 eyes, 4,444,000. It doesn't matter, because when he's looking at what I'm managing, he said, man, my boy is faithful with whatever he has in his hand. And that qualifies me for more. I won't be broke my whole life. I'm breaking bread right now. I won't always be broke my whole life because I'm managing what I got. I won't always have to rob Peter to pay Paul because I'm managing what I have right now. There were days where I scattered my seed and I squandered it and I threw it out there for the birds to come and eat it off the concrete. But right now I understand that I got to get my seed in alignment. I can't go to the club like I used to. I can't be out all over the city on the weekend like I used to, because my time is seed and I can't scatter my seed. It's a bread breaking moment. My time is my seed. I need right now my priorities. I need to prioritize my seed. I gotta prioritize my seed. The reason why people quit so easily because they don't have enough invested. The reason why people can walk away so easily because they ain't put enough in it. Man, you got to pry my dead hands away from this before I walk away from this plow. I ain't looking back. I can't walk away because I know too much. I've seen too much. I've seen what seed can do. I ain't turning around at this moment in time in my life. I don't care what the airwaves look like. I gotta keep pushing. I got too much invested. I got too much in it right now. I can't turn around and walk away. I don't have a backup plan. What's your backup plan? I don't have a backup plan. I got one plan. I don't have a backup plan. I'm all in on the plan that I have. And if it's not the right plan, to you, the great I am will take that seed and move it somewhere else, and it will be seamless. It will be almost like I've been doing that thing my whole life from the lessons that I learned from doing this. It's a bread break. Well, what if you're wrong? Baby, listen, man, that's the problem with mere people. They all, what if you're wrong? Baby, wrong when you're aligning. When I'm planting my seeds, I love that, Angelique, by faith. Faith without works is that God only responds to faith, not feelings. Faith. If I am sowing my seeds with faith, and I ain't talking about money, just stop being so carnal. I ain't talking about money. I'm talking about my seed of time. I'm talking about my seed of my mind. I'm talking about my seed of my thoughts, my seed of my words, my seed of my smell. Wherever I'm applying those seeds, if I'm applying that in faith, he honors it. Without faith, it's impossible to please the great I am. If I am doing it in faith, then he has to diligently reward what I'm doing, because his word will not return to him void. That's a bread breaking moment. I need to let that breathe right there. I need to let that breathe right there. I want more. How you managing what you have today? I'm just believing for more. How are you managing what you have today? I told you, now is the most important moment in your life, because now determines tomorrow. I'm not taking heed for what I have for tomorrow. I have to use what I have today. I have to explore what I have today. I have people ask motivational teachers, why is it that you always you have bread breaking all the time? Why? You know why? Because I'm using my seed properly. I ain't worried about going on E. You know why I can't go on E? Because I'm putting too much in. I promise you. You look at a car that you look at a car that goes on E. When a car goes on E, it's because its output equals its input. When a car runs out of gas, its output equals its input. And so when your output and your input and your output are equal, you end up on E, because the same amount you put in, same amount you gave out. You equal E. But when you're disproportionately investing in you, when you're taking your seed and you're working that seed, you working that ground, you're working that fertilizer, you're working that soil, you don't run on E. You don't run on E, because you know it. Oh my God, it's a bread breaking moment. If I'm running on E, it means that my vertical is off with the great I am, and sometimes I gotta leave and go up a little higher. Peter, James, and John, y'all stay here. I must go a little higher. See, most people, y'all don't want to talk to me tonight. Y'all don't want to talk to me tonight because I'm putting in more than I'm giving out. I can't be on E. I can't be on E. I'm disproportionately investing on what I'm putting in. Oh my God, that's a bread breaking moment. That is a bread breaking moment. You want to be with the true riches? Manage what you have today. Disproportionately invest your seed in what you have today. Stop looking for externally for all the answers, and start sowing what you have today. They looked over and said, we be more than able. At that time, know how they were going to be more than able. They didn't know what they needed to be more than able. They didn't even know, at that time, they didn't even know if they could. They just said, man, I believe we be more than able. And so they said, let's start planning as if what I do today matters. They didn't say, let's go over here today and go take that land. They said, no. Let's go plan on how we're going let's use this seed I have today and create a plan to win. You doing with your seed today? And those very two people, they said, man, where is my mountain? When they got over in the promised land, they said, where is my mountain? He said, I was faithful with oh my God, it's a bread breaking moment. I was faithful with the task you gave me. I was faithful with the vision you trusted me with. I told you we'd be more than able, and now we just did. Give me my mountain. And see, a lot of us are asking for mountains, and we haven't been faithful with the vision. We all want the mountain. Give me my mountain. We want the houses. We want the cars. We want the publicity. We want the fame. We want the power. We want everything that comes with it, but the work. I want my mountain. Asking for a mountain, and you hadn't put in the work. We haven't been faithful with the vision long enough. And we don't know what the time frame was. I do know that everybody had died off except Caleb and Joshua. I do know everybody else that died off. I don't know the time frame between when they peeked over and when they overtook. But what I do know is that they sowed the right seeds in the space of time in order to ask for their mountain. Don't ask for the mountain before you've done the work. You look like a thief. You look like a robber and a thief to want the mountain, and you haven't done the work. You haven't put the time in. You haven't put the work in, and you asking for the mountain. Yeah, oh my God, spoiled brats. Spoiled brats. People want it without working for it. And I guarantee you, if you got it without working for it, 70% of athletes that go to the big levels are broke. By the time I think 85% of people that win the lottery are broke. Why? Because they wanted the bag without the work. Now you got the bag, and you didn't become who you need to become in the process to hold the bag. So the bag will eventually leave you. You don't leave the bag leaves you. But now we want the great I am to have a favorite kid, or we want him to pick favorites, or we want him to create spoiled brats. We want him to create kids that feel like they're entitled to something, that somebody owes me something by giving you the bag without the work, by giving you the mountain without the work. No, baby. You can have your mountain, but you got to sow that rock you got in your hand today. You got to sow that pebble you got in your hand today in order to get to that mountain. Everybody want the mountain, but don't nobody want to sow the pebble. Come on, man. We breaking bread tonight. Come on, John. I love that. Strive for greatness. That's LeBron's organization. He's going to give you the tools to accomplish his mission. And John, the thing that I love about that, you said, not that he gave them to you, or he's going to provide it as you go. That's what faith is. He's going to provide it as you go. We looking for the mountain without the work. Stop thinking God is a genie in a bottle. So today, what you have today in your eyes is small, but in the great I am eyes is all to accomplish the vision and the goal. Get in alignment. Get to the birthing canal. All you got one job is to have your heart, your mind, and your soul all aligned on one vision. If you're able to align that on that one vision, man, the great I am will push you to places you never thought you could go. And I know the eyes that are here and that are committed to this. I know the eyes that are here and that are committed to this. I am challenging you to look over and say, man, I am more than able. And you look at what I got in my hand. I might not be able to go over there and take that mountain today, but I'm going to start with what I have in my hand, the process of beginning to take that mountain. Boy, this has been a bread-breaking moment from the motivational teacher. The artist said, appreciate you speaking that realness today. Such a bread breaking episode. Stay blessed, brother. I love you too. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Man, if y'all didn't get anything from this tonight, just know that you be more than able. Take what you have today. It may not look like much, but in the eyes of the great I am, it is many. And until next time. Before that, I appreciate you all showing up tonight. I appreciate y'all to this conversation. I appreciate you all being here on time. Hey, I'm challenging you all to go back and listen to this 4 or 5 times. Get this content in your life and learn and activate it, because I promise you, what you have right now today is enough in your hand. Start moving. And until next time, I am challenging you to wage war on mediocrity. Your boy is out.
It ain't no friend to me.